Oh, apparently Genshin accidentally leaked their new endgame and it's concerning, but question is, if it did get leaked, I want to know if it will be better than Wuthering Waves. And we're going to react and watch the famous Stiorg. I don't know if I'm saying your name right. I'm sorry if I butchered it, but we're going to react to that video exactly. And I really want to see if this is actually leaked, like I want to know, is it going to be better than Wuthering Waves? Like I honestly doubt it because there's no end game content for Genshin, but it would be an interesting topic to talk about in today's video.
This company wants with their game. I just released a video saying that the company doesn't care and doesn't need to change the game, and we got a leak that Genshin Impact is not the main game now.
Oh.
But today we got a new leak saying that Genshin Impact is getting a new end game content in 4.7, and it's something related to the Abyss, which is something they said they will not change because it gives anxiety. Quick question. What's 4?
Yeah, it is the anxiety, bro. I forgot about that. I forgot that's why.
4 plus 4.
Wait. Not that Impact. I don't know who Impact Mouse is. So anybody want to elaborate on that in the comment section below? I have no idea who he is. So yeah.
The video. 4.7 comes out at the start of June. That's almost the time where Wuthering Waves comes out.
Yeah.
Let's put people that defend Hoyoverse aside. What does Hoyoverse think about Genshin Impact? Do they really think that the game isn't a priority? Because this is not the first time that they do something like that. They did that almost 2 years ago with Tower of Fantasy, when people started hyping the game. And before 2 months of the game coming, they released the best cinematic in Genshin Impact, which is the Fatui cinematic.
So are they okay? So if they do decide to like release some like end game, like I honestly still think coming from a person that's played Wuthering Waves already and played the end game for Genshin end game is too easy. Like there's nothing exciting about it. There's nothing challenging about it. Even if they decide to add something else, I feel like maybe it'll make me re-download the game to try it, but I don't think it would keep me long term. I would just try it, and then if I like it, then maybe I'll keep the game. Maybe I'll delete it again. I don't know, just to try it, you know? But like, I don't think it's gonna surpass Wuthering Waves endgame. No way. It's I think it's honestly impossible.
Like, oh guys, look, we have a story now. We're gonna talk about the.
I mean, yeah, their story is their endgame, and their story is literally the whole reason why people are playing the game. No one's really playing the game for combat as much anymore, or at least my reason. Everyone's playing the game for story. That's what everyone talks about. Everybody that talks about Genshin, like, I still play Genshin Impact because, you know, like, I like the story, so I'm just like sticking around for the story, you know? And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, that's you. But I'm not gonna keep playing the game if the combat is complete trash. So yeah.
Thing that you want. I mean, that's crazy. I saw so many people talking about this new leak. So many people saying this leaker is trustworthy. I don't want to talk about leaks and show a lot of things.
Thank God you're not gonna show that, because I was actually kind of scared reacting to this. But yeah,
this
good.
This is actually concerning. Like, what does Hoyoverse really think about the game?
And also, we forgot to consider the fact that they were. I think it was like I reacted to a video a while back that they are hiring engineers for a new gameplay mode. So I don't know if that's pertaining to this video. So we're gonna see.
They want to save the game and they want to kill the hype. Are they like afraid of Wuthering Waves?
100% they are.
Oh, so you're not happy because they're gonna add endgame? What a hypocrite. I fucking knew it, guys. Look at me, I'm so bait. Shut the fuck up. I'm happy about adding endgame in Genshin, but I would like to see something changing in Genshin Impact. The endgame content is always something good. If Wuthering Waves actually succeeds, we're gonna see some good changes in Genshin Impact. But if we take Hoyoverse...
I mean, that take is kinda copium. I still feel like even if Wuthering Waves does something 20 times better than Genshin, I feel like Genshin will still stay the same. I don't think Genshin is gonna really do a lot of changes. I'm still like very certain on that fact because Hoyoverse still has failed us from time to time on updates they've done in the past. I mean, you guys let me know in the comment section below if I'm crazy on that take, because I honestly don't believe that Hoyo is capable of doing some crazy update, some insane update that, like, you know, people like want, or an actual change, and they're willing to go through with it. I don't really believe that's a possibility.
We're just playing Genshin, right? I think adding endgame in Genshin is always good. More content for players will never be something bad. Maybe it's finally the step in the right direction. Maybe if people like this edition, if it's actually cool, I do hope that so many people play this, and maybe Hoyoverse will finally see a positive response for the first time from players, and probably make more endgame. Who knows? Yeah, because imagine I just fucking love the game, guys. Like, I'm just one of you. I want to play Genshin Impact. I don't know what these people mean by stop playing Hoyoverse game. No, I just want to play the game and enjoy it. That's why
That's my reason too. I want to play the game and enjoy it, but there's so much story that, like, let me just play the game without doing story. Some bosses you have to do story for it. I could be wrong on that, but from the last time I remember playing, I couldn't even do Scar Boss. I didn't want to do the story to do Scar Boss because I don't want to go through the story to play the game. I just want to play the damn game. Let me fight any boss I want. As long as I discover the area, I should be able to just do the boss, right? I don't know if that's changed. I haven't been on Genshin in a while. Maybe that's changed, maybe it hasn't, but that's really annoying.
wanted to improve. Oh yeah, you can't understand that. You're a retard. Because I
oh,
want
God.
to talk to the people that are so excited about this. Please, you have to understand. It's saying that something with Abyss is coming, so it might be not a new Abyss. Maybe.
I mean, honestly, if they do like co-op Abyss, that would be insane. Wuthering Waves kind of teased a little bit in one of their trailers. They teased that there was some co-op Abyss going on in Wuthering Waves, but they didn't have that option during CBT2. And I was really hoping that they would add that because, yeah, like, not to help us get the main rewards from Abyss or Tower Adversity in Wuthering Waves, but to do it with someone in co-op would be a lot of fun. You could still do co-op in a different way, do like a hard challenge together, and maybe receive maybe smaller or less rewards than the original rewards you would get if you were doing it solo. If Genshin does it first before Wuthering Waves, then, you know, that's pretty cool. That would be nice, but I don't think they're gonna do that.
Yeah, this
so
is
yeah,
just changing now. Maybe they saw how in Honkai Star Rail you just need one chamber and then go to the next phase and do one chamber. So they might just change the floors now. Which, I'ma be real, this will make Abyss a little better. It will not take too much time. It might be a brand new one, but you have to keep this in mind anyway. By the way, this leak doesn't go in depth. It just says new type of Abyss in the next version is real. One room per floor with interesting new spins.
That's
some
it?
will hate it, some will like it. Thankfully, devs are adding some endgame content to actually be competitive. You might ask me then, what are the endgame modes that you guys want? Okay, I'm not using a script now. I'm just gonna think about any game mode and things. Okay, I can think now. I can make another Abyss, but it will be just co-op with another person.
Yeah, that's
Just
what I
one,
suggested
just
earlier.
one. Okay, it's not an MMO. Don't cry, Genshin. Just one. They can also, for example, add some rare bosses that do spawn in the map, and they can, for example, give you some loot. This
Okay,
loot
so
is
kind of
new
like a raid
currency
thing.
that you can use to buy an artifact with some stat that you like the modeling resin in Honkai Star Rail. Speaking of Honkai Star Rail, they can also add something like the simulated universe. It's not gonna be that hard to add it. Challenging boss fights that are just fun, just like the.
Well, yes. Okay, so my argument to this, if Genshin decided to do challenging boss fights, like, there's no real challenge in Genshin when it comes to their boss fights. Like, the only thing that they'll do is literally put a ton of HP on it and like time gate you to get the reward, right? And that's not really skill. As opposed to Wuthering Waves, you're actually dodging, parrying. You gotta make sure that, especially when you start going to the higher holograms in Wuthering Waves, you gotta make sure that you're dodging and parrying every single attack if you want to defeat the enemy. I mean, you have to, you're forced to, you need to, if you want to defeat the enemy. You can't just dodge all the time. There's a point in time when you start getting on higher difficulty on hologram where you have to parry everything just so you could bring this stagger bar down to bring the enemy down to DPS fully. Whereas opposed in Genshin, they don't really have that kind of system or those mechanics. They do this in Abyss all the time. They put a bunch of HP on all the enemies and make it feel like it's more challenging, but it's really not more challenging.
Hologram in Wuthering Waves. I don't know, bro. They can add so many things.
It's
not that hard. They made $70 million on a drive.
Thank you for saying that, dude. They've made so much money. There's no excuse on why they can't make better endgame. They have the money, they have the budget, they have the team. There's no reason. They just don't care, bro. That's the only reason why I think they just do not care.
It's the last month. But look, this also does prove that this company can be moved by some type of pressure. It might actually not only be because of Wuthering Waves, but to quote a great man,
as if a YouTube video is gonna do anything about it.
Yeah, right. Dumb bitch.
Oh man, that was funny. You know, whatever update that Genshin decides to do, if they do decide to do some end game content, do you think it will surpass Wuthering Waves? I personally think it will not. I've already spoke my opinion on this. I'm pretty sure I've spoke my opinion on this on a couple of videos on the channel, but I really do not have any faith in Hoyoverse with their end game stuff, even though they have the team, the money, all that, the budget. You know, like, I don't know what else they can really do. I mean, they've done great endgame for Honkai Star Rail, but for Genshin specifically, like every Abyss that comes out, they always, which is really scummy, by the way, they always update it, and then it's always in favor of the newest character. So if you don't have that character, it's even harder to do the Abyss. Where as opposed to Wuthering Waves, when you do endgame content, yeah, like you might have to have a really good built character, but you need to make sure that you're parrying, understanding the boss mechanics, understanding the boss's moves, and you need to make sure that you get every single parry to bring the stagger bar down, to bring the enemy down, to do crazy DPSing. So I'm still gonna say Wuthering Waves still is a way more skill-based game than Genshin. Genshin, literally, you can't think, you just have to get lucky for most parts of it. You know, there is probably some little bit of skill, but not really. I mean, come on, it's Genshin, right? So let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section below, and I will be leaving the original link to this video in the description below, so you guys can go follow, subscribe, all that stuff, and yeah, catch you guys soon.